Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture series on Signals and Systems course. In last few videos, we discussed the significance of LTI system and the impulse response, the significance of impulse response, and how we get an output for any arbitrary input if we know the impulse response. And now we will see what is the property of LTI systems based on the impulse response and the input output relations. So already the system properties were discussed in the unit 1. So we classified the systems into some categories like linear and non-linear, time variant and time invariant, causal and non-causal, static and dynamic, stable and unstable. So these system properties and classifications can be done for an LTI system by looking into its impulse response. So this can be done because, so if we know the impulse response of an LTI system, then for any arbitrary input we can know the output. So by taking this advantage, we can completely characterize an LTI system by its impulse response. So now we will see the characterization of LTI system, only LTI system, okay, only LTI system by its impulse response, by its impulse response. So recalling, so what is the impulse response? So if you have an input as an impulse signal given to a LTI system and you got the output here at the output terminals of the system, then this output is called the impulse response. So this h of t is the impulse response. So by looking into the impulse response, we can get the property of that particular LTI system. So we will not talk about the linearity and time variant or time invariant because already we have taken that system as linear time invariant system. So we will look into the other properties like static or dynamic, causal or non-causal, stable or unstable by looking into its impulse response. Okay. So let us talk about the memory or memoryless. So the other names are for memory, it is the dynamic, or the memoryless system is called static. Okay, so these properties. So we are talking particularly about LTI system, okay, properties of LTI system. Okay, so if we recall the definition of memoryless system or definition of a static system, a system is said to be memoryless or static if and only if at any instant of time the output is dependent on the input at that particular instant of time. So this can be a possible relation of output and inputs. For suppose the output is dependent on some input, but it can be magnified by some constant. So this is the only way to define the system as memoryless system. Okay, very simple equation. So to be dynamic, this input output relation must have either time shifting or time scaling operations. So if you have these two operations, then the system will not be considered as static because the output at any instant of time will not depend on the input at that particular instant of time if the input output relation involves the time shifting or time scaling operation. So this is the possible way of defining a static system. Okay, so this is the only a static system. Okay, it is the only way to define a static system. Now your output is similar to your input, but it is magnified by some constant k. Okay, so when will it happen? So if we recall the convolution property of impulse signal, for suppose I have a signal f of t which is convolving with some delta of t. Again the resultant will be again f of t. Okay, so here I want the output which is similar to like your input. You can clearly see from this equation. So your output y of t is similar to your input, but it is magnified with some k, right? Therefore if I replace this f of t by x of t, and I am convolving with this one with delta of t, then I will get x of t. Okay, for suppose I have taken some k into delta of t, then this output will be also k into x of t. So if we realize this equation, so this x of t is my input, if this is the impulse response, and this one will be the output. So if you give x of t to an LTI system whose impulse response is equal to k into delta of t, then you will get the output as k into x of t. So here I have considered the output as y of t. So I can realize this one, which is the equation for a static system like this one. So a system is said to be static system if and only if the impulse response h of t must be a impulse signal. Okay, so that is the condition to define a LTI system as a static system. An LTI system is said to be a static or memoryless system if its impulse response is h of t is equal to k into delta of t. So its impulse response is again similar to the impulse signal. So the impulse response must be a impulse signal. So that means your h of t must be like this. So this one your impulse response of an LTI system. So this must be an impulse signal like this. So whose height of this impulse is k. So if your LTI system has impulse response like this, then the corresponding system is a static or memoryless system, right? So next we will see the causality. So causality of LTI system. So how will we know the system is causal or non-causal? So apart from this LTI system, any system is said to be causal if the output at any particular instant of time is dependent on the inputs at the present instant and the past instants. Okay, so the output at any instant of time depends on the past inputs and the present inputs. Then only the system is said to be causal. I will write that. So in other words, how can we tell or how can we define this causality of a system? So a system is said to be causal if and only if the output starts after the input is given. So for such kind of systems, the output will never start before the input is given. For suppose, this is the input of a system, which is starting at some 2 seconds. For suppose this is 2 seconds. This is the input. And if you have the output like this, which is starting at 0, so this is the output of that particular system, which is starting at 0. So this one is not the causal system, because the input is starting at time t is equal to 2. So before that there is no input is given, but the output was already started at time t is equal to 0. So this is not a non-causal, it is not a causal system. So it is a non-causal system. That means a causal system will have the output after the input is given to that system. Okay, so it is a non-causal system. So how the causal system will be having the input output relations? For suppose this is the input x of t, so I have given the input at x is equal to at t is equal to 2 seconds, then the output must start either t is equal to 2 or t is equal to greater than 2 seconds. So for suppose let this is the output of that particular system, then these two relations are for a causal system. Okay, now we can define this property of a LTI system by looking its impulse response. So how it will be done? For example, we will take some input x of t and the impulse response, and here I will take the output. For suppose I have an input like this, so which is starting at some -1 to here 2, and I have an impulse response of some -2 to 1, and this one is the impulse response, for example. And the output is the convolution of input. So this is my input convoluting impulse response, right? So according to the properties of the convolution, now this output will be extending from the sum of lower limits is -2 -1 is -3, from 2 plus 1 is 3. So for suppose this is the output. Okay, so if you see here, the input is given from -1, t is equal to -1, the input is starting, but the output is started earlier. So this is not the causal system. Okay, for suppose for the same system, and I have given the same input, but now I changed the system. I have a new system, this is +2. I have a new system which is having an impulse response like this, from -2 to from 0 to this is some 4 or something. So this is the new system I have considered, and I have given the same input earlier like this one. So these two are the same inputs, but I have changed the impulse response. Now the output will be, again I will use the property of convolution, the output will extend from this -1 plus 0, it will be again -1, and the upper limits will be +2 plus 4 is +6. So the output will be like this. For some, you don't bother about the shape, so just you observe the time durations. So here the output and input is starting at the same instant. So this input is starting at -1, the output is also starting at -1. So if you consider the output at any instant of time, for suppose I want the output at t is equal to 0. So here this value y of 0. So this y of 0 value depends on the past inputs. You can see the past inputs up to here. So this is t is equal to 0. Okay. Now this will be a causal system. For suppose you take another system and whose impulse response is like this now. So which is extending from 1 to 5. So this is the new system I have considered, but I did not change the input. So in all the three cases I fixed the input, so which is extending from -1 to 2, and again the output will be extending from the lower limits will be 1 minus 1, it will be 0, and here 5, and here it is 2. So 5 plus 2 is 7. Okay, so this will be the output. So this will be the output for the third case. Again, the input is starting at minus 1. Here the output is starting 0. That means the output is starting after the input is given. So again, this one is also a causal system. So this is a causal system. This is also a causal system. Okay. So what is the observation? So if you have an impulse response which is lying only in the right side, or the impulse response must be 0 to the left side. So in mathematical way, so we can define this one like, so if h of t is 0 for t less than 0 and it is non-zero for t greater than or equal to 0, then the system is said to be, so which system we are talking about particularly? LTI system. It's said to be causal system. So how will you define this property? So this h of t signal is not existing for t less than 0 and it is existing t greater than or equal to 0. So it is one-sided signal. So this one is the definition of a causal signal. So a LTI system is said to be causal system if its impulse response h of t is a causal signal. So example, so I am taking some examples. For suppose I have a system whose impulse response is given like this. So this is the impulse response of a signal system, LTI system. So you can observe this signal, this impulse response is also a signal, but it is not a causal signal. It is a non-causal signal. Therefore, the LTI system is non-causal system. Okay. For suppose you have an impulse response like this. So this is an impulse response of a particular system. You can see this h of t is a causal signal, right? So it is a causal signal. Therefore, the system is causal system. So in this manner, you can observe the impulse response and you can define whether the system is causal or uncausal, or static or dynamic. Okay. So these two systems are not static systems. So the LTI system is here non-causal and this is the dynamic system. So this is also a dynamic system. This is also dynamic system. For suppose you have impulse response like this. So you have an impulse of some amplitude 10 and this one is the both causal and static system. Okay. So by looking into its impulse response, we can say that the system is either causal or static system. Next we will see the stability of the LTI system. So how will we define the stability of the LTI system? Okay, so how will we know the output of an LTI system? So by simply convolving. So x of t convolved h of t. So where this h of t is the impulse response and x of t is the input, right? And y of t is the output. And what is the definition of stability of any system? So if a bounded input produces a bounded output, then the system is stable. The system is stable. So this is the definition of a stability of a system, right? And we have the input output relation. So here this y of t is bounded. If x of t is bounded, then the system is said to be stable. Okay, so this one is the bounded input I have given. Now this is the LTI system whose impulse response is h of t, and this one is the output. So what is the convolution? So y of t is equal to minus infinity to infinity. It is x of tau h of t minus tau d tau. So here this one is bounded. This one is bounded. So to be bounded, this output to be bounded, definitely this one should also be bounded, isn't it? Therefore, if the integration of this impulse response, okay, is less than infinity, that means if this is bounded, then the system, LTI system, is said to be stable system. For example, if you have an impulse response like this, so this is the impulse response, a ramp signal. So your impulse response is a ramp signal. So definitely this will not be going to be bounded, because so this integration will not be finite. Therefore the system is unstable system. Unstable system. For suppose you have an impulse response like this. So this area under this curve is, this is the impulse response h of t. So this area under this curve is finite, therefore it is a stable system. Okay, right. So by looking into its impulse response, we can say a particular LTI system is causal or non-causal, static or dynamic, and stable or unstable, right? Now we will see the input and output relation of a LTI system. So in general, the LTI system is described by differential equations. So this is the input x of t, and this one is the output y of t. So the dynamics of this LTI system is represented by the differential equations. So in general, the linear time invariant systems will be represented like this. So it is a n dy power n divided by dt power n plus a n minus 1 dy n minus 1. So it is the n minus 1 differentiation plus so on up to it will be some a1 dy by dt plus a naught. So these are the output dynamics, which will be equal to the inputs. So these inputs will be bm x to the power dx power m by dt and plus bm minus 1 dx power m minus 1 divided by, so this is the m minus 1th differentiation. Similarly, it will be b1 dx by dt plus b naught. So this is the very common way to represent an LTI system in the time domain. Okay, so while designing a system, it is a regular practice to look into the system into the frequency domain. Therefore, so these differential equations can be transformed into some algebraic equations by using some transform techniques, by using either Fourier transform or Laplace transform. But the Fourier transform has the limited applications, so which can be analyzed for a stable system, but the Laplace transforms can be used for both stable and unstable systems. Therefore, this LTI systems can be analyzed by using Laplace transforms. So we can use the Laplace transform are used for frequency domain analysis. Frequency domain analysis by using the transfer function. By using the transfer function. Okay. So here these coefficients a1, a0, a1 up to an, and b0, b1, bm. So all are real values. Okay, all are real values. Then this system is said to be LTI system. So all are real values. All are real values, and these coefficients will not dependent on the time. All are real values and will not dependent on time. Will not dependent on time. Right? So if you apply the Laplace transform to this system, then the system equation will become an s power n plus an minus 1 s power n minus 1 plus so on. It will be a1s plus a0. So it will be multiplying your output Laplace transform y of s, and this one will be equal to bm s power m plus bm minus 1 s power m minus 1 plus so on. It will be b1s plus b0 times your input x of s. So if I take the ratio, this y of s divided by x of s, that will be your transfer function h of s. So this will be equal to your bm s power m plus bm minus 1 s power m minus 1 plus so on. This is b1s plus b0 divided by an s power n plus an minus 1 s power n minus 1 plus so on up to a1s plus a0. So if is m is less than n, then this transfer function, is said to be strictly proper. Okay, so these kind of systems can be physically realized. Okay, so this is about the input and output relation of a LTI system. So summarizing, so in this lecture we discussed how the LTI system is characterized by looking into its impulse response, and how the LTI system input and output relation is written in terms of mathematical differential equation. I hope you understood this topic. Thank you for watching. So if you like these videos, please do subscribe and give me a thumb.